Hello, hello. Happy Thursday. We are going live and my printer is deciding to make a bunch of noise right now. I just got a new printer and it apparently has a ghost because every once in a while it just likes to make a bunch of noise. Let me just do my little side work. You guys are probably used to this by now. There we go. It's done. It takes me a minute. Finished. So yes, it's Thursday. It's our late drawing day. You guys have had a good portion of your day already. I'm seeing lots of kisses coming in. I love it. How's everyone's day so far? What have you guys been doing? Anything fun? I have been cleaning closets and doing laundry. All day I kept thinking, is it time to read yet? Or to draw yet? Is it time to draw yet? Because I just didn't want to do the jobs that I had. So I'm glad to be here. I'm appreciating the little break in the day, ready to make some art with you guys. Yeah, so today we are drawing a cow. We are also, if you're from West Sac, then you probably know Mooie. He's the mascot for the West Sacramento Rec Center. So we're going to be drawing Mooie for those that want to make yours Mooie. Otherwise, you can just make yours a cow. So he looks like Mooie does. I put clothing on him. I might switch the clothing up today, make it a little different. I like doing that. And then it shows you guys too that you can take the drawing and you can make it different as well. So you can add things to it or make it special to yourself. So then when you share it with all of us, we get to see the artwork you created. It's literally my favorite part. I say that every day, but it is my favorite part. Seeing all of the art you guys share and the creativity and the things you come up with to make them look different. I love it. Let's see some of the conversations. Hi, Avery. I don't always do that because I'll get a lot of requests for it. So we are going to draw a football player that is on our list. We're tired from the schoolwork and PE. I get that. My son is like over schoolwork today. He just kind of finally finished. Let's see. Someone was knitting. I love that. I knit also. That's another one of my things. You made it to the live stream, 2-hour time difference. Well, that's fun. So it's 5 o'clock where you guys are. It's like just almost dinner time there. Okay, so let me flip this around and I'll show you Mooie, the cow. I will tell you that color-wise, pretty simple. You need black for sure. He's a black spotted cow, but you can make a brown cow. You could do lots of different colors in your cow. So I'm doing Mooie, so mine is going to have a lot of black. I have pink around Mooie's mouth. And then I grabbed red. I have yellow and blue in the drawing and red. Again, like I said, I'm going to switch Mooie up just a little bit today, draw him a little bit different. And so I have red out. I might grab other colors too. You just grab what other colors you really love. So let's flip you around and show you Mooie the cow. So there he is. Move your body. Again, I have made him Mooie. He looks like Mooie. I put him in his Mooie attire. But we will draw him first and add the clothing on after. So that way you can see that you could just make him a cow if you didn't want to put all the clothing on him. And it looks like Mooie is here. So hello, Mooie. Thanks for joining us. So, you know, I gave him a headband this time. I gave him a little weight. He's pumping iron and his little tank top and pants. I will tell you what I'm going to do differently. I am a swimmer. I spend my life in the water. In fact, I worked with Mooie and I taught water aerobics classes. So today I'm going to make Mooie look like a lifeguard. So that's what changes I'm going to make. I'm going to give him shorts. I'm going to give him a tank top still, maybe holding a zipper. So today, Mooie is going to become a lifeguard. So we're going to do a different version of him. Super excited to have Mooie here. I wonder if Mooie is drawing along with us. So let's all get our pencils out and our paper, and let's get started on drawing Mooie. So we'll put this aside. So for Mooie, I'm going to start with the head. And I do want to have room for the horns. So you know, kind of imagine the horns are about that long. So I'm going to start the top of the head right about here on my paper. I've just left maybe about 3 inches up at the top. Mooie, the kids are super excited to have you here. Thank you for joining us. So I'm just going to do a curve for the top of his head. So start it with a slightly curved line. And then for the bottom, it's going to be slightly squared with curved edges, but he will have a little bit of a chin. Oh, Mooie's drawing. How exciting. So we're going to curve this edge here, come down, and then give him a chin. See, just like that, and then we'll come back up. You can either come back up and connect, or you could come back up here and curve the line and then connect to your line. And remember, if you don't connect right away or you feel like one side looks a little bit wonky, just fix it, add another line in. So see, I thought this side was too narrow for mine, so I'm just going to make it a little bit wider. Remember, we a lot of times can use our original line as a guide and then build off of those lines to make it bigger, or maybe you want to make it smaller. And then once you have it how you want it, you can just erase the line you don't need anymore. Or you can save and erase at the end, whatever makes it easier for you. So that's the start of Mooie's head. First, I'm going to put his horns on. So his horns are kind of a triangular shape, but they have a curve. They kind of curve inward. So a little bit over from the edge here, I'm going to do a curved line up, come around, and then back down to the head. Horn number 1. And then I just do the same thing on the other side. A curved line up, curve that line slightly, and come back down. So it's wider at the bottom than it is at the top and connects to the side of the head. And the tips of Mooie's horns are black. So I'm going to do 2 little small curved lines on the tips of the horns to do those in black. Now let's put an ear in. So the ear is kind of a teardrop shape. So it's going to come up off of the horn and come out that little teardrop shape. Back around and then back in. So it looks like a little teardrop, or it looks like the petal to a flower. That's another. So we're gonna have one of Mooie's ears like this, kind of going off to the side, and then we're gonna have one that's sticking up a little bit more, kind of two different style of ears. And we're gonna do that inner edge of the ear. We've done this before on other drawings. So you're gonna come just a little bit lower from your top line, and you're just gonna follow the edge of the ear until you reach the other side. So now he has that ear edge, and then this is the inside. Hi, Mom. Welcome to Drawing Hour. So the ear that's over here is going to be very similar in shape. It's still going to have this kind of petal shape or teardrop shape, but it's going to be up a little bit more. So I'm going to come up and then curve that line and come back down. So see, one ear is going out and one ear is going more up. And then this ear, since it's going up, we're going to see all the edges. So coming a little bit in from that outside edge, we're going to come up, follow the shape. Before you get to the top, you'll curve it around and then follow the shape coming back down to give the inside of the ear. You can do them pointed or a little more curved. I like them with a little curve in them. But remember, if you have a hard time making that corner into a curve on your, just right when you start drawing, make the point, because sometimes drawing the point is easier. I'll give you a little example right here. You could draw the point, and then add a curve in, and then erase the tip. And now I've made the curved ear. So sometimes it's easier to make that point and then add your curve in after and erase your point. Or you could just have a pointy ear. Okay, let's put Mooie's body in next. And this is going to be one of those ones where we're going to make this big block shape and then we're going to break it up into other shapes. So at first, it's really not going to look like a body at all. We're going to do a line that comes slightly out from the bottom of the head and then comes straight down. Your horns look like bananas. That's good. That's actually a good shape. They kind of are banana horns. Mooie, has anyone ever told you you have banana horns? And let's do this same shape on the other side. And then we can do a line across. So again, doesn't look a ton like a body yet, just kind of this blob shape, but we will add things to it to make it look more like a body. And the first thing I want to do is I want to divide the legs, okay? So in the first drawing, I gave Mooie pants, and now in this drawing I'm going to do shorts, but I'm going to start it the same way. So I'm going to draw a slight curve in the middle of his body, about a little less than halfway up in this space. So just a slight curve right there inside the body. It's okay if you're late. You can either try to catch up or you can hang out and watch and then draw it in full later, or you could always come back later. Totally up to you. That's why we always post the videos later for everybody. So now let's give Mooie 2 legs. So a little bit in from the edge of this line, I'm going to do a line going down to the bottom. And the same thing, a little bit in from this end, I'm going to do a line going straight down to the bottom. And so now, if you erase this line right here, Mooie has legs. Just like that. Now Mooie wears a tennis shoe, and so for the tennis shoe, I'm going to do an arch, and I'm going to have that arch lined up with the pants. So where the pants end, come down a little bit from that. Okay, and put a little dot. And then come down from the other side and put a little dot. You see that? So I made 2 little dots. Now take a curved line like this, coming up and back down, and connect your dots. And then connect your dots from the bottom. Now do the same on the other side. Come down about even with this, down, put a little dot, come down, put a little dot, and now do a curved line and connect your dots. And then a line at the bottom to connect those. And now we're looking at the front of the shoe. This is the toe of the shoe. But I want to give my shoe, it's a tennis shoe, so I want to give it a sole. So I'm going to put little lines going down on each side, and then I'll connect those. Same thing over here, little lines going down each side, and then connect those. And then the leg line can just extend until you hit the shoe. So extend both of your leg lines right into the shoe. Now you can erase these lines that are going across inside the leg. Just like that. And let's make it look like we can see some of Mooie's shoelaces. So I'm going to do a tiny little half circle on the top of each shoe. And then I'm going to do a triangle shape off of each side. So see, now it looks like a shoelace. And inside of those triangles up at the top, I'm going to do another line that starts from the edge and goes to the little circle. Start from the edge, go to the little circle. And see, look at that. Now it looks like a little bow. The little shoelace tie. And to add the little hanging parts, I'm just going to do these little skinny rectangles that rest right up against the toe of the shoe. See that? So yeah, now it looks like a bow in a shoelace. And then you'll repeat that on the other side. You do a little triangle, the line inside, and then the little rectangles coming down. And now you have what looks like a shoe. Now, if you're doing pants on Mooie, I would put a line right here, kind of that goes right into the bow. And then he'd be wearing pants. And actually, I'm going to do that line, even though I'm giving him shorts, I'm going to still do that line, and I'll tell you why. Because Mooie needs socks. So this is going to be, for me, the end of my shoe and the start of my sock. And I will do another little rectangle right here. If you're not doing socks, if you're not doing shorts, you don't need this line. So basically right now I have shoe, I have sock. If you're doing pants, don't do this line right here. You leave that line off. But I'm doing shorts, so I'm going to come up a little higher again, about a little over halfway between this space and this space, the top of his sock and the top of his leg. And I'm going to put another line going across on each side. And that's the bottom of Mooie's shorts. And since I can see leg now, and for Mooie, he's a black and white spotted cow, I'm going to put some little spots in here. It doesn't matter where you put them. If you're not doing a black and white cow, then you don't have to do the little spots. And these are areas that I will color black, and then I'll have the big area white. But see, let me show you my old drawing. If you're doing pants, you don't have that section. You just have pants going right into shoe. And then I'm going to do a line that's going to be the bottom of the shirt where the shirt meets the shorts. So a curved line right in there. So this is Mooie's top, and this is Mooie's shorts. This is his legs. This is his socks, and these are his shoes. And just so I remind myself that they're socks, I'm going to do these little lines up and down in them, because you know how socks have that texture to them? So I'm going to do those little lines that I would see inside the sock. So it's shoe, sock, leg, shorts, top. If you're doing pants, you leave off leg and socks. Now, let's tackle one of Mooie's arms. So one of his arms is going to come out from his body with a curved line, right where the neck meets the body. And I'm going to have Mooie giving a thumbs up. So I'm going to put his thumb up right there. Little hot dog shape. And now Mooie's other fingers are going to be coming, you know, if you give a thumbs up, your fingers are coming down like this. So we're doing 4 other hot dog shapes stacked on top of each other. Off to the side. Now he's got his thumbs up. We'll just connect that thumb. And then finish that arm down from the pinky into the body. And then I'll put his spots. He has black hands, so I'm going to do a little wavy line right here. I'll color all this area in black, and then I'm going to do a wavy line in here for one of his spots. Arm number 1 complete. Now arm number 2, I'm going to have on his hip. So I'm going to come out from the same point, and this time I'm going to come down. Curve it at his elbow and come in. Yep, Mooie's a special cow, so he has hands. And then inside of this, to make the arm shape, we need to add a little triangle. So we're going to come out and then come back down. And now for mine, Mooie's thumb is behind him. So he has his thumb back behind his body and his 4 fingers in the front. So I'm going to add those 4 hot dog shapes built right off of each other. 1, 2, 3, 4. Going up to the edge. And then once I add those in, I can erase the shirt and the shorts line that are inside the hands. So his thumb is back behind his body and his 4 fingers are in front. We'll do that wavy line because his hands are black. And then I'm going to put another little spot over here on his arm. Now I'm going to make Mooie in a tank top. If you wanted to put Mooie in a t-shirt, you could draw a line right here and a line right here and then erase these lines. But I'm going to put him in a tank top. So I am going to come from right about here where these, a little bit away from this point, and I'm just going to do a curve that goes down into where the arm, just below the arm. And then I'll erase that body line that I made. See that? Now he has a tank top on. Same thing over here. I'm going to come in a little bit from this point and do a curve going down below the arm. And then I'll erase this line right here. Now, since I'm erasing that, see, now my spot is open. So I need to finish off my spot. I'll have it come right into the shirt. And for today, my Mooie is a lifeguard. So I'm going to draw a rectangle on his shirt, coming up and down, a vertical rectangle. And then I'm going to draw a rectangle going horizontal because lifeguards always have that plus. And now I get to erase all 4 of these little lines inside. And just like that, he has his lifeguard shirt on. And you could draw, you could give him a whistle. You could have him holding one of those, or maybe next to him is one of those little flotation devices. And that is Mooie, but we're missing the face. So the face we're going to put in at the end here. So to start Mooie's face, I'm going to start with this big curve above where Mooie's nose is. So this big curved line for his nose. And then inside of that curve, I'm going to do 2 ovals for the nostrils. And Mooie has a big smile. So within this curve shape, I'm going to start a smile. I'm going to come to a point, come down, and then I'm going to put a border all around that because on Mooie you can see his big smile, and then you can also see the pink on the inside of the mouth. So I'm just going to create an edge around the whole smile. And then we need some teeth. So I'm doing little curved rectangles inside the mouth. Three on one side. And then 3 on the other. Each one gets a little bit smaller. And then the teeth along the bottom. And I'm putting a little space inside, and that area will be colored black. I'm just going to add 2, or 4, 2 on each side. That's his big smile. And now he needs eyes. So 1 on each side. Just above from the nose, I'm going to do a curved line. And then same over here, a curved line. And then a big curve for his big, beautiful eyes. Big hot dog shapes. One on each side. And then inside that, you're going to do just a little bit in, follow the shape of the eye, curve it around, and come back down. That's the inner part of Mooie's eye. And then what are we missing? What are our eyes missing? They're missing the little circle of light. So let's put one right here and one right here. And then Mooie's head needs a spot. So I'm going to put a little spot that comes into this eye, comes down the face. And then I'm also going to give a little bit of spotting on the ear. So in this ear, I'm going to do a little one that kind of comes in right here on the edge. And then on this ear, I'm going to do a little one that follows this edge. And that is our completed Mooie. So now we just have to start our outlining. So I'm going to come up and do the horns. And I'm going to have my ear in front of the horn a bit. So I'll stop it short and then put my ear in. Same thing over here. Put that horn in. Stop it short and then put my ear on top. This little area, which is going to be a spot on the ear and the inside of the ear. Same on the other side. I have a little black area that's going to run right along the edge, and then I have that pink inside of the ear. I have the little horn tips. And I think most everything today I'm going to color using the pencil instead of the pen, since most of my black spaces that I want to color today are bigger. And I do that so I don't use all my pen ink, and I also do that because sometimes pen, if you're coloring in a really big space, it needs time to dry. So if you color it in with your pen, just make sure you give it a little bit of time to dry first before you start doing your erasing. Otherwise, you'll smear it with your eraser. I think I saw someone say they got a new eraser today and it's shaped like a car. I've never seen anything like that. Has anyone here met Mooie when they've gone to the rec center before? Any of our West Sac locals? Or seen him at one of the events? I'm sure Mooie misses all the people visiting the rec center right now, so it's nice to have Mooie here drawing. That sounds like a pretty cool eraser. There is this store I used to like to go to sometimes, and they had some pretty fun shaped erasers. Now, even though I'm going to color all of this hand in black, I'm still going to do the outline of it because the outline should still show through the pencil. And then I know where to color. So I'm just going over all my spaces. I'm going to put these fingers in first, so that way if you didn't erase that body line, you remember. To put it in, because remember now we just have a little portion of it. How did you guys draw Mooie? Did you draw him in shorts and a tank top, or did you do pants? Did you do something different? I've seen Mooie wear Hawaiian shirts, would be fun. Go ahead and do all of this leg line right to my shoe. Yeah, some of you might just be drawing a cow, so maybe you're not putting any clothes on. Maybe you could do the oval on the belly that's pink. Because not everyone lives here in West Sacramento. We have people from all over the United States. Ooh, urban cow. Nice, even Mooie is doing something different. Doing those little laces. Well, you can always decide later, and then we'll see what you decided when you post your picture to share. Ooh, a teal cow. Ooh, overalls. Oh, I love it. It's like a farmer cow. Although I wear overalls and I'm not really a farmer. Super fun. It'll be super fun to see all of your different versions of our drawing today. You can load them in the group in the album for today. You can load them onto just the main page of the group. People see them there too. Or if you follow me on Instagram, Draw with Stacy, you can tag me in them there. Lots of different ways to share your art with us. Let me bring this back over so you can see it. Kind of was hiding the side of the page there. Oh, nice, a football player. This tank top line, I'm almost done. And now when I do the plus, if you've done the lifeguard, you just go around the outside. Because remember, we erased those inside lines. So you just go around the outside. just like that. And then I'm going to put a little West Sac Rec Center on the corner. A dancing cow. And now we're time to erase. So I'm just going through and getting rid of all of those pencil lines. You should have a few of them because with Mooie we did kind of build him from different sections, but some of the erasing we did do while we were drawing. Sometimes I save it all for the end, and sometimes just so I can see the shape better, especially when I do things like add that whole block. I'll erase a little bit during so I can see what I'm doing. Or I can show you better what I'm making, because sometimes when all of those little extra lines in there. Because Mascot Monday is for the schools. So Mascot Monday, I'm just doing school mascots on Monday. And Mooie is a mascot, but he's not a school mascot. And I figured, you know, it's just an animal. So if you also just want to draw a cow, then you could just be drawing a cow. Don't even have to put it in clothes or make it Mooie specifically. So Mondays are for all of our school mascots. Oh, nice. You put a baseball hat and made a baseball cow. I think I'm just about done with my erasing. So the horns, I would say the horns, I would either I did them like a really light yellow color, or you could also just leave them more white than anything. So I did this like really pale yellow in mine. And as far as Mascot Mondays, what schools? All the schools, any schools, high schools, elementary schools, junior high. It can be any school. So, and a lot of schools share the same mascot. So, you know, we might draw a cougar, and that might be 5 different people's mascot, and yet you go to 5 different schools. So I'm not particular about, I'm not only doing just certain schools. I'm just going off of a giant list of mascots. A lot of people have called out what their mascot is. A lot of schools have contacted me asking me to do their mascot specifically. So I'm just kind of going through a big long list of all the different schools. So I'm going to do, again, that light yellow there. I'll do the tips black. I'm going to save my black for the very end. So I'm going to go ahead and do this inner part here, this pink that's around the mouth. Since I have so much black on this drawing, I'm going to turn my page. I'll save the black for last, and we've actually had a lot of black in our drawings the past couple days, and so I've mentioned a few times why I do that, but I'll tell you again just in case this is your first time drawing. A lot of times if I have a lot of coloring to do that's black, I will save it till the end because I am working in pencil, and pencil can smudge. So if I do too much black at the beginning and then I drag my hand all over my drawing like this as I'm coloring, I can smudge that black really easily. So sometimes I like to just save it for the very last bit. I have a wolf and I have a bear. I have both of those things on my list. Now I'm going to do the inside of Mooie's ears a light pink, different pink than I did on the mouth. And just this really pale pink. You can kind of see that. It's called Crimson Lake. I know sometimes you guys like to know the name of the color. So that one has an interesting one. It has the name, it's a lake. Wouldn't you think that it would be blue? But it's light pink. Let's do this side over here. So I'm going to have black for Mooie's spots. I'm going to have black for Mooie's eyes. I'm going to have black in the tips of the horns, the hands, and then also in the shoes. So those are all the different areas that I'm putting black. Now, since it's a lifeguard, I'm putting him in red. So I'm going to do the shirt and the shorts in red. Again, kind of going over my edges so I don't color out of the lines. I'll do the same around the plus sign. And this red is called Scarlet Red. Come around the edge of the plus. There's a lot of little edges to go around in this one. You could also do the tank top white and just color the plus sign red. That would be another option. And really kind of same thing with the red as with the black. I have to be a little bit careful about my hand dragging on the paper because I can smudge it. So I'm trying to keep my hand off of the areas that I've already put color down on. So I'll work in a little bit of a pattern. I'll kind of do from top to bottom. Go around this edge. So tomorrow we're doing a heart drawing. It's pretty cute. I like it a lot. And we're going to draw them and then we're going to hang them up in our windows. And so that way this weekend you can look for hearts in the windows when you go on a walk. There's kind of a big movement that's doing that. I'm going to share with you a group that you can also go to share your picture if you want to share it somewhere else. There's another group that is doing just hearts, and then I lost my name, but the oh goodness, I'll have more of that information tomorrow. I have Red Cross in my head because I'm looking at a red shirt and a cross. The Sacramento Heart Association they're doing it. So they're doing the hearts and windows movement too, and you can share it with them and then they can share it. There's like a big movement for hearts and windows. So that's what we're doing tomorrow, is a cute heart drawing. Tomorrow is 10 o'clock, 10 a.m. Pacific time. Come along this edge. And I'm doing this darker, so I'm really pushing a bit harder with my pencil and putting a lot of pigment on the page. So that red shirt, and then I'm also going to have red shorts. All of our lifeguards at the rec center wore red shorts. In fact, a couple of them, that's the nickname I would give them. That way you always knew which one the lifeguards were, because they were the ones in red. And I can color this faster now, since I have those lines down, those edges. I might have to sharpen my pencil on this one. That's a thing with when you're coloring, and especially if you are coloring in pencil, the harder you push, the faster you go through that pencil lead. Every night I sharpen my pencils. It's one of my to-do lists, so I'm ready for you guys when I'm drawing the next day. But it's one of the reasons I like pencils. I used to always work in pen, and I kind of stopped because, with pens, the ink just dries up and then you're just done and you can't do anything about it. With pencils, you get a lot of life out of colored pencils because you can just, you wear out the lead and then you just resharpen it. So you can gauge, that's the word I'm looking for. You can gauge better when your pencil, when you're close to needing to replace it, where sometimes pens, you can be doing a drawing and the pen, you're coloring a big red section and you get halfway through and your pen starts to die, and it's just so frustrating. So I stopped using pens as much for that very reason. But they're still fun to play with. I do still have a lot of pens. All right, there's all my red. So now I'm really just left with the black. So I'm going to start at the top and work my way down. So that way I don't run my hand across too much of it. So I'm going to do the tips of the horns. And same as I did with the red, I'm going to push a little bit harder, make it darker. I probably will have to sharpen my black too, even though I got it sharp before I started. Isn't it the worst? It is really why I stopped coloring so much in pen. It would drive me crazy. If I had a big piece of art, something like this, and you're coloring in a whole outfit in a color, and then right in the middle it starts running out. Ugh, it would make me bonkers. Sometimes you can save it with a blender pen and just kind of lighten the darker parts, but other times there just was nothing you could do about it. And, it would drive me crazy. Okay, so I have those two little spots, and then I'm going to go ahead and do this big spot on the face here. Kind of coming again along my edge line, so I don't go out of the line by mistake. But if I do, I can always make an adjustment to fix it. come around my eye because that outside of the eye will be white. Turn my page a bit. And again, I am being careful of that red because I can smudge that red too. But maybe you did a different color cow, so you don't even have to worry about it. Bye, I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for drawing with me today. Don't forget to share your artwork when you're finished. I know sometimes people come for the, I'm going to turn this all the way upside down. Look at that. Now Mooie's on his head. Mooie, can you do a handstand? But I know some people come and they get the drawing lesson and then they color it later, or they don't have enough time to finish it. Some of our drawings are real quick and others take longer. And I mean, at this point, you're just kind of watching me color and listening to me babble on. Oh yeah, that's a good idea, Mom. See, there's my mom, you guys, giving tips. She's still teaching me how to draw. So what she's saying is, and I'll do it here for you in a second, is that when you're coloring, you can put a piece of paper on top of the area you've colored, and then you're not going to smudge it. So see that? So now I don't have to worry about that red because my hand isn't going to rub on top of that red since I have a piece of paper now as a buffer. So see, even when you're 44 years old, your mom gives you tricks. Never stop listening to your moms. Oh, that's true, Mooie. Your horns. You know what? I have no horns, Mooie, and I also just dance instead. I think dancing is super fun. Coloring in one of his spots. Using my mom's little paper trick. It is a really good idea. I've seen people do it, and I've never thought to do it myself, but it's smart. And I need to sharpen my black pencil real quick. Yes, we will do a hedgehog. I have a hedgehog on my list, and I think hedgehogs are adorable. So we will be doing a hedgehog. I don't have the schedule finished for next week, so I don't know everything we're doing yet. I have a couple things down. I have the mascot down for Monday. We're going to draw for teachers next week. So next week is Teacher Appreciation Week. And I know a lot of you are still in touch with your teachers because you're doing some distance learning. Or right now, your parents are your teachers. So maybe you could draw something special for them to thank them for being your teacher. So next week we are going to do a little something for teacher appreciation. I know that. Going around all these fingers. I don't know exactly when yet on the hedgehog. But remember, every Sunday if you go to my page or you have your parents go to the group, I post the entire week's schedule. So by Sunday, I'll know everything we're drawing next week. And maybe I can sneak a hedgehog in there. I can't remember how many things I already have down. So like I said, I know that now you can't really see those fingers. You can up close, but I know on camera you can't really tell so much that the fingers tucked in. But that's okay. It still looks like he's giving a thumbs up because it looks like this is his knuckles. So we have that side, and now this is my spot here on the elbow. Yeah, I'm doing those schedules now because I think it's nice because I know that some days I probably draw something that you're not that interested in drawing. So that way, when you have a whole schedule, you can say, oh, okay, I'm going to draw Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. But Tuesday, I'm not that interested in that one. And then some of you just go gangbusters and do all of them. I appreciate all of it. I'm so glad that all of you guys are doing some art with me, doing just some art, period. I think it's important. Works a different area of your brain, gives you time to just kind of relax and not think too hard, not worry about things. Bye. Don't forget to share your art. We want to see your beautiful masterpiece. And I know Mooie wants to see him. I'm not sure when we're doing a puppy, but I do have that on my list too. Puppies or just dogs in general. People want to do more dogs, different kinds of dogs. Let's do these spots down here on the legs since I put him in shorts. And I figure right now most of us are in shorts, so it's pretty warm. Yeah, see, Mooie said yes, please. So make sure you share your art because Mooie wants to see it too. And remember, you don't have to be in the picture either. So if you're more camera shy and you don't want us to see you, you don't have to be in the picture. You could just share your art. We get a little of both. I think we have just as many pictures that are just pictures of the artwork as we do people actually in the picture. We like both of it. They both work. My last little Mooie spot. I'm going to leave the socks white. And then some of the shoe is white. That big toe that we're looking at, we'll leave that white. Mooie's shoes kind of look like Converse. Does anyone wear Converse? That's what his shoes remind me of. So for the shoe, I'm going to do this little inside portion of the lace black. And then I'm going to do this portion here of the shoe. So the part above this circular part, black. I have a little bit on this side. I'm going to leave the shoelaces white and then the toe of the shoe white, and then I'm going to do the bottom black, the sole of the shoe. Just like that. And then same on this side. A little bit of black inside the lace. A little bit of black on each side where the tennis shoe is that we're seeing. The body of the shoe, but you can make your shoes different colors if you don't want your Mooie and black shoes. And then the sole of the shoe. My black, look at that. It already needs to be sharpened. I got it sharp before we started, sharpened it during, and it's all ready. That's why my black is so short. And that is our Mooie. Mooie the cow. So let's write our names on the page, our age, and the state we live in. And there we go. There is our Mooie. So let me flip you around. All right. So there we go. We drew our Mooie. We had Mooie with us, which was super exciting. I was hoping Mooie was showing up. And we have a couple birthdays to celebrate. We have Connor, we have Micah, and Elin or Eileen. It didn't say how to pronounce your name, so it looked like it was I-L-A-N, Elin or Eileen. So if you're here, happy birthday. I think I saw someone earlier wishing Connor happy birthday, so hopefully Connor's here. I hope you do something really fun to celebrate. Come back tomorrow at 10 a.m. We'll be doing a heart drawing. Thank you so much for joining us, Mooie. We had a blast. Don't forget to share your art. Post it on the page or in the album, or share it on Instagram. And if you're having fun, bring a friend along. All right, see you guys tomorrow. Bye.